Okay. There you go. Can you hear me now? Hello? Oh fuck, I can't hear you. Let me see where the volume's. Is your mic working? Cause my speakers are working. I just can't hear you. Let me plug this bad boy in before it dies. Where's my? There we go. Oh, no, I can't hear you. Oh, let me get off the Wi-Fi too. This shit just like freezes up all the time. Oh, yeah, I still can't. Maybe that should work. Or, all right, can you say something now? No, I can't hear you. If you go to like the mic on the bottom left, it has the mic options or the speaker options or whatever. Oh no, still not hearing anything.
Yo,
Hey, there we go.
got it?
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
now. Cool.
Fucking technology, man.
Dude, yeah. That's the nightmare of the whole
Dude,
on
we're like a
system.
bunch of worms and just like trying to figure shit out.
Yeah, and I bet you it's gonna get to the point where the Wi-Fi starts fucking up. It always happens. But yeah, what's good, man?
Not much, dude. Just got back from training, showered, and now I get to chill.
I feel that for the rest of the day or what?
Yeah, dude. Luckily, yeah. I mean, during the week, it's like I just training in the morning, go straight to work, don't get back home till like fucking 6:30, 7 ish. Sometimes I got training after work too.
Yeesh. And that's like the weekday
Yeah, dude,
situation.
I have like 12-hour days usually.
God damn, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, man.
Are you gonna end? Are you like training for like future team prospects or?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just still training with my club and like my paperwork stuff still hasn't gotten in, so I haven't even been able to play like a league game because of that,
Uh,
because of like international clearance issues and like federation paperwork bullshit,
what
dude.
the
It's yeah,
fuck?
it's like politics, bro. Dude, it's so annoying. Like, it's like I'm just like trying to kick a ball and run, dude. Like, what? Why is there got to be paperwork involved in that?
Yo,
You
yeah,
know,
for real.
like I don't get it, dude. But I mean, it is what it is. Just gotta take it each day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like what? After all that gets cleared up, then what happens?
Then I can play. Then I'm like released to play, and then I can play, and then I can actually start getting some games in, and then hopefully like get looked at from there. Because like I'm not gonna
Oh.
get looked at if I'm not playing, you know.
Also, you just been training, or
Yeah,
what are the game? You weren't you in a game like last?
yeah, I've been since I haven't been able to play, I've been helping like coach.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
like assistant coach. I'm like a player coach.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It's pretty cool, man.
Coaching for
Honestly,
soccer?
I've been getting more into it and it's just like learning a lot of different aspects of like the game and like movements, positioning and like it's like it's so deep, dude. Like a lot of people don't even understand because like obviously like from the outside point of view in it's just a bunch of people running, but
Yeah,
there's so
yeah.
much like tactics to it,
The
dude, and like
coaches are low key.
positioning.
Like
and
I used to.
it's all like geometry, dude. Like
What?
all it is angles, literally. Just like
Holy
the way you
shit.
position your body and the way you receive the ball and the way the other person is running and the way you play the ball in, it's all angles, bro.
Yeah, so like as a, like I remember I played like one semester of soccer in
Yeah.
high school, and I played like a lot up until middle school. And I honestly, the coach was just like, "Yo, going over there," and then I just be like, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah.
I had
He was
no
just
clue what
like,
the fuck. I was just like, "Yo, let me just kick this ball in the goal," you know.
yeah,
And until now, like I never really thought about the coach's kind of role, like because like I mean, you think of like football coach, and that feels a little bit easier to understand because they have like set plays, and
yeah,
it's like
exactly.
one
Like they
one
just like
play at a
look at it
time.
and they're like, all right, we're gonna run this one.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little bit more like chess, but
Yeah.
like soccer, it's like ongoing, and it's
The
like
game
flowing.
changes every second, yeah, and you just have to adjust.
Yeah, that is like that's kind of interesting. So
And
what the
there's
coach
no
is just like, oh,
timeouts.
so and so is better on this side than this side, and you're just like switching people out based on that, or
Yeah, it's just looking for the open spaces and then players moving to make open spaces and then players running into open spaces and dude, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
that's pretty sick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be in the coach seat.
Yeah, it is, dude. Honestly, like it's pretty exciting seeing like cuz like from the sideline, you're moving the players to where you want them to go and like the play builds up and like as it builds up, you're just like yeah, like move over there, move or cross it in over there. And like if we score a goal, like it feels like I scored, because I'm like, oh, I told this player to go there. It's like basically playing video games, dude.
Yo,
Like
it's
the
FIFA.
game. Yeah, yeah,
That's pretty sick.
that's cool.
Yeah, me, I've been running around a lot. Basically just yesterday. Yesterday was exhausting. I've been real tired this whole week.
Dude,
I kind of
yeah,
catch that vibe.
yeah.
Like Thursday and Friday, I usually never take naps, but I had to like clock out, and then I'd wake up at nine
Dude,
and I'd be like,
yeah. That
fuck.
yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do after this, dude. Like last night, I didn't get back home from College Station because that's where our game was at,
Oh
uh,
shit.
till like 12. And then ate, showered, went to bed at like 1:30, bro. I had training at 8:30 this morning.
Yeesh.
Yeah, and that's like how my week is, bro. But during the week, I have training at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah. Damn,
So,
you're gonna turn into like a soccer robot.
dude, yeah, like it's weird though, because I'll feel like physically exhausted, but I'm still like I feel good. And I think it's just like the mindset now because I'm like I see the bigger picture because
Uh,
I'm like thinking longevity, like I want to be able to work my ass off right now so that later on in life I can chill, and I don't want to be like working my ass off my whole life, like I want to be able to retire and shit, like enjoy life.
yo,
But in
yeah.
order to do that, I gotta put the work in now.
Yeah, I was talking to Tamor about that. You met Tamor, right?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Yeah, yeah. Like we were talking about because he just saw everything everywhere all at once.
Dude, yeah,
Oh yeah, I was like, dude, you need to. And he was
yeah,
like, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. He finally watched it and he was like, yo man, like that movie. And then we were talking about all this stuff, but one of the things was like how like our parents' generation had to work hard, like only, and they like my dad, he's like
yeah,
still working,
yeah,
like and he's like what? He's about to hit 60. He should be retiring soon. But I don't
yeah,
really think that's like in his mindset. I don't think that's in
yeah,
his framework. And that had me thinking like I don't want to do that. Question
yeah.
mark. Maybe he might have influenced me to just be like a workaholic.
right?
But yeah, like the whole thing about retiring and working hard now versus later is like a tough one because like you don't really get to see that like you don't get to see 40 years from now, you
No,
know.
exactly. It's not promised, like, not at all.
Yeah, but that makes it kind of, I don't know, having at least like the hope, you know, is like
Yeah.
the
Well, it's just
best
like
part.
having something to work for,
Yeah,
like
yeah, the
a
goal.
goal. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where a lot of that like nihilism sets in. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling good right now. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
worth it.
Yeah. It's so easy to fall into that too, man.
Yeah, I
It
swear
really
to God.
is.
Like yesterday, whenever I was getting home from work, like I gotta take the train, and it's like an hour commute. So
Yeah.
there's always like I'm always like contemplating whether I should like hit a store or something for that like quick like dopamine purchase rush.
Right?
I'm like, oh, maybe I need a rug for my room, or like some these or some that, you know? And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, I'm like, what am I doing? Like I know I'm just buying that shit to
Dude,
kind of
yeah.
like hit myself with that spike, you know? And
I'm
I'm like,
so bad with that. Like the impulse buys, dude. Like FOMO
yo,
on on different drops and shit. Like,
yeah, I feel that. Especially after you like see someone like with it and you're like,
yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that I've been trying to get a little bit better at that and just be like baseline, be like based, basically.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Just like thank you, base God, for what I have
Yeah.
right now. And that's
Yeah,
it. That's all I need.
yeah. But that shit's hard. That shit is so fucking hard. And I don't
Yeah.
even think it should be this hard.
Yeah, dude, because it's like such a fine line of like being content and then like laziness. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, like I'm fine with what I got, and then you just like stop working. You
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
there's got to be like this like I'm fine with what I have, but like I want to keep going forward. And like
That's
if things happen, then they happen, but if they don't happen, I'm okay with that too. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. What makes that hard is that there's like I don't know. Whenever people do have that like this is all I'll ever need kind of mindset, it
Yeah.
gets mixed in with like productivity and like I don't know. Yeah, like you said, it could easily fall into laziness. I'm kind of wondering like what are the aspects that can keep you that like very earthy ass kind of
Yeah.
like way, but like also keeps you like real productive. Because someone could be like, yeah, I'm okay with where I'm at, you know, and that could result in them like never trying to work hard enough to, I don't know, do what they've always wanted to do, you know.
Yeah.
But like the positive aspect of that is just them like, um, I don't know, chilling for once and going
Yeah.
on vacation or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's the thing. Like for me, and I think it's like this for a lot of other people too, is like and like having a goal for yourself, but like a goal being like an object. You know, I used to do that a lot. Like, oh, like I'm gonna
True.
try to like work for this, so I can get this instead
Yeah,
of like you said, like a vacation or like experiences.
yeah. It's that like internal like goal.
Yeah, yeah, like because that's quote unquote my hard work. Like you'll see it in like a pair of shoes or like a shirt or whatever. Whatever it is uh, that my mind thought that it wanted and it would feel good in order for me to keep working towards something.
Yeah, yeah. It's like real carrot on a stick, you know.
Yeah,
Then it turns into a thing where you just kind of like don't like there's no moment of like I don't know feeling a little satisfied, you know. Or
yeah,
like if you do get to the point, it's like all right, that wasn't enough. I didn't
Exactly,
get to that
dude,
point
and
over
that's
there.
exactly what I've been, like, realizing with just, like, life in general, like, a lot of the things that I thought would be fulfilling just aren't once you get there or once you
Ooh,
get it. It's
yo,
like,
yeah,
wow, like, this is it, you know?
yeah.
And then it's like, you're kinda, like, left, like, wondering, like, "Well, what the fuck?" You know? Like,
It's
"What
like, damn.
what should I work for now?" You know? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I was talking to this dude at a party, and he was like, not gonna lie, at first I didn't like him at all, you know, and
like,
because
douchey?
he was just exuding like rich vibes, you know,
Yeah,
and
like, snobby rich.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was
Yeah.
snobby as fuck. He was talking about like furniture that he was buying, and like he was just only talking about his money, and
Yeah,
like he was kind of blasted too. So I was like, all right, obviously this guy isn't too happy right now, you
yeah,
know. And I
yep,
asked him like okay, like you got all this stuff, but like for what?
yeah.
And then he was just like immediately humbled. And then we started talking about what he actually wanted to do. And he was like, yeah, me and my friend were trying to start a business, but it failed. And he was talking about how he was trying to get back into like art, you know?
Yeah,
And this is all stuff that is worth like almost nothing,
yeah.
you know? And it's all worth like the experience and like the good times, blah
It's
blah
just
blah.
fulfilling,
Yeah,
that's all
yeah.
it is.
It's not on some weird financial benchmark shit, you know, which is
Yeah,
like too many people are on that. So you
yeah,
don't need any money, King. It's like, yeah, yeah, you hit that one, you know, but like those it's like the internal goals, you know?
yeah.
And I don't know what that dude is doing right now, but wish him the best.
Right, right, that's all, yeah. Dude,
uh
and that's I mean, cause I deliver flowers to, like, Houston's wealthiest people, dude, and I'll see, like, their houses and, like, just, like, the way they carry themselves and stuff, and, like, I always think, like, man, like, I feel like these people have, like, real life problems because obviously, like, most of us are, like, financially struggling and shit, especially with how things
yeah,
are now. But like these people like really like don't have any sort of like connections. I feel like human connections because it's all just like money oriented. Like, oh,
yo,
like is this gonna make me money? Oh, how much is this gonna make me? Is this worth my time? You know, like oh,
yeah,
I could be
yeah.
doing this, making more money instead of doing this. You know, and it's just like you kind of see that and like you see their outer shell, you know, and it's, like, all, like, fucking Botoxed up and, like, wearing super nice shit, you know, but, like, really, I feel like they're just, like, hiding, you know, like,
Yo,
who they really are and who they
yeah,
really wanna be, and who
yeah.
knows, I mean, some of them are probably fucking happy as shit because you know, they got all the financial things, in line, but, you know, their connections with their kids or parents or brothers and sisters, like, are all, like, dead.
Yeah, yeah, like that whole more money, more problems is like becoming more and more like real though, like because I feel like right now I'm like interacting with people who are like in completely different like tax brackets,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, and like everyone has like the same issues at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you always have the person, and of course it's like the whole pyramid of needs, you know, like you got to have like access to food and shelter, and then blah blah blah, and then you get all the way to the top where it's like, who am I and what do I want to be, you
Yeah.
know? But like I don't know. There's always the folk that are like, damn, like I need to be where that guy is, you know, and they're always like comparing themselves to like a rich dude,
Yeah.
and like the rich dude is like, man, I wish I was happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like, I
like I
just
wish I
wanna be
had real
happy.
friends, you know,
Yep. They
and
don't
they
have,
don't have
like,
access to that because it's just
connections,
like,
like, real connections.
yeah, yeah, because like everyone's just like looking for the money, the turnover, you know, and then
Yeah.
like those relationships just become like strictly business. Like even if
Yeah.
it seems like it's not, they're like,
Yep.
"Yo, how do I get
Because
in a
as soon
room
as
with so and
business
so?"
starts going bad, they'll see everyone just kinda, like, disperse from their lives.
Yeah, yeah, and those people who who want the money don't see the people who have the money as like people with problems.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not me saying like, oh man, like rich people, like they're so sad, like we need to help rich people, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
But
no.
it's like they're at bottom line, like they take shits, you know? And just like
Exactly.
a poor person, we're like everyone's kind of slightly fucked up.
Yeah. They try to
So,
act like their shit doesn't stink, you
yo,
know?
yeah, yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're all human, like just because this person has X amount of uh commas in their bank account doesn't make them better than the person on the street, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Cuz like yeah, I've had some conversations with some like homeless people too, like at gas stations and stuff, and like those conversations are like way deeper and like are are more like you can just tell they're more engaged. Well, some of them are just like straight up like crackheads, like they're
Yeah,
just
like
not
fried.
there anymore. But some of them like they actually like have like a story and stuff like, and I'll talk to them and like they'll ask like different questions and like the way that they're just thankful for like a conversation,
Oh yeah.
like just for me to like actually like give them the time because most people like if a homeless person comes up to them they're just gonna like ignore them, like
Yo,
like I don't
yo,
want to.
especially out here, like they
Yeah,
will legitimately act like they don't exist, and they'll be
yeah,
right in front
exactly,
of you. I'm like, at
exactly,
least
dude.
acknowledge them. Like,
Dude, like that, yeah, I saw this one video of this like homeless person and it really hit me because he was like saying all of the things that people would say to him, um and he was like crying because like obviously like the shit that they were saying to him was hurtful. He was
yeah,
like, I'm not a bum, like I'm a human, like just like you, like why am I getting treated like a piece of dirt, like
yeah,
if I
yeah,
don't exist, like I'm right here with you, I'm just like struggling more than what most people are, but I'm still a person,
yeah,
like that's
yeah,
something that I like remember a lot whenever I do see some people like that that just come up to me and talk to me. Like I'll talk to them, like, I'll talk back to them, acknowledge them, and then like if they ask for money, which sometimes a lot of them do. Most of the times, whenever I see someone like, because you can kind of tell too, some of them are really just like they want. Like the other day, I saw some dude that had a anything help sign, and like I ride around with snacks all the time, so I'll just give people like granola bars and shit, like cuz that's I mean everyone's hungry, like we all eat,
yo, yeah,
like if I can't give you money like cuz I'm like struggling too with money, like I can give you food cuz I got that.
yeah,
And I think a lot of the times most people just miss out on uh, just anything helps,
yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't even have to be food, but just like acknowledging someone and like talking to them, like that will make them feel good.
Yo, yeah. Conversation is like probably the most important thing, if you ask me. You know, because like I don't know, everyone is important in that way, and that helps people know who they are whenever they could like bounce their thoughts onto you, and then you can bounce them back. And yeah, there's not enough room for that. Like there needs to be a little bit more, but yeah, I haven't gotten to the point where I can like just converse, you know, because I'm always like running around, you know.
Dude,
If
I
there's someone
know.
on the street, I'll just be like,
No.
"Yo, sorry, man," then I'll run off.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like that's just how we are. Like we're just on a on a time, We're just always like fuck,
Yo,
just
yeah,
looking what time is it? What time is it? And that shit's got like because of the way society is too, like with 9 to 5s and like, you know, stores and shit opening, closing, and obviously like we gotta do shit, errands to run, like, we're on a time schedule, uh, which kind of sucks sometimes just to
yeah.
think
For real.
about.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's like completely into like French culture. She like she visited over there, or she lived over there for a little while, and she was doing like nannying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she was saying people over there make a lot of time for like just kind of
Dude.
like break time rest,
Dude, it's
and it's
very
like
relaxed in Europe.
yeah, yeah,
Very.
it's like everyone's
Yeah.
on that shit. They like make time for the real shit, just like getting roasted by the sun,
Yeah.
getting some sunlight, and then they'll go back to work.
Yeah. Like they get paid sick leave. Like anytime you're sick, like you can just call in and be like, I'm not feeling good, and you'll get paid for the day still.
Yeah. Yeah, people like
Yeah.
America work culture is like tits. They're
Dude,
like,
yeah.
yo, pull yourself by the bootstraps, and then they like appreciate whenever someone works like in like an almost like sacrificial way,
Yeah.
Right, and the people who appreciate that are the people who are like in charge of like manager positions. They're like,
Yeah.
so and so, yeah, they dedicate their lives to this thing. Like I feel
Yeah.
like them. They make my life easier,
Like,
you
sir,
know?
calm down. This is a Chili's.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for real. It's like relax, man.
Yeah.
It's like you guys serve cold food. Like chill. It's not that serious.
Like we're a boba shop.
Yeah, it's like I'm sure none of the customers would notice the difference.
No, exactly, exactly. It's yeah, that's another thing, dude, is like the power trip that people get whenever they get into like higher positions, dude.
And they completely forget like that they
Dude,
were the little dude, you know?
yeah. Yeah, man. There's gotta be more studies on that. That I know there has been, um,
Oh yeah.
but there
And they're
definitely needs to
real interesting things. It's crazy how that could like just kind of transform someone's like identity. It's
yeah,
like, oh, you're not your position, It's like, yeah, you're like an authority figure, but like some people completely transform and they kind of like
yeah,
a lot of people in management positions are kind of like abusive in a way because they think that's how
definitely.
management should be. And it's like,
Yeah,
whoa, it does not have to be like that. Like you can
yeah,
be the good dad, you don't have to be the
yeah,
fucker.
yeah. The other thing too, though, is like, because it goes hand in hand. A lot of people will ruin people that are like that because they walk all over them and they take advantage of like a
True.
person like that, like a kind person, a forgiving person in those positions. So then they think, oh, I have to be this way, or
Yeah,
else
it
they
comes from
won't
a place of
listen.
fear.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is never good. Like at Walmart, I learned so much about like about management
yeah,
employee like relationships because
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
nobody gives a fuck there, and like like you can see a lot from that,
That's
like
just the attitude there.
yeah, yeah. If there's one person who gives a fuck, like whether it be a manager or like a worker, like you can see how the whole atmosphere like treats them. And
Yeah,
like it is a space where people take advantage of the hard worker,
yeah, dude.
And like it got to a point where like whenever I was first working there, I was like a manager, you
Yeah,
know? Because like the managers were like some of them just kind of like didn't care.
yeah,
And then they would like just like offload all of their responsibility on everyone else, and then it was just like, wow, this is weird. And then
yeah,
then you have other managers who are like, I don't know, they would put the people that they were in charge of like in a chokehold. Like
yeah.
it was a luxury to have like carefree managers. Oh, can you send me? Oh, that was the boss. But yeah, like I don't know, like seeing those dynamics of how it should work really taught me a whole lot. Like my best manager, he was like a firm person,
Yeah.
but he was like, he understood.
Understanding. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He was like, I know where you're at. Like I was there not too long ago,
Yeah.
and like he really kind of he was showing everyone how to be managers. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people didn't really give a fuck, but I noticed that that he actually took his management position serious, even though it
Yeah.
was at Walmart, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I was like, I
Well,
fuck with
'cause
this guy.
yeah, I feel like you can take away like good things out of everything, you know, like you can learn out of every experience, like take it with you, whether it be small or big, you know, like
Yo,
that's
yeah.
like just life. If you just go about life like just like and you know make mistakes and just like don't give a fuck about it, like you're just slowly like trickling down and then like you're gonna put yourself in a hole to where like you won't be able to get out of and you won't know how to because you never took any of your experiences with you and like actually like learned from them.
Yo, for real. Like finding the meaning in all things, like
Yeah.
that's something that no one appreciates too much over like stuff, you know, just getting
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's something that I'm trying to be a little bit more on, just being able to, I don't know, get the value and the meaning out of all, like literally anything, you know,
Yeah.
like Walmart, for example. If I didn't have that point of view, that would have been wasted. And like honestly
Exactly.
speaking, I learned the most about uh like organization dynamics, you know,
Oh yeah.
like I've never been in a space where like I actually understood uh why it's important for, like, for example, if a manager tells one person to do one thing and another person to do another thing, like why they should actually do it, you
Yeah.
know. And like that showed me like a whole system of like, it's just like this real intricate framework, you know, and it's all working independently, you know.
Yeah.
And like I would have never took any of that shit away, you know. I would have just been like, yeah, the place sucked.
It's like an
I
ant
would try
farm, you
and
know?
steal minutes on my lunch breaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, but yeah, yeah. There's a lot to learn in all types of stuff like that, and the communication that comes from it too.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for like especially like now that I'm 25, considered adult, you know, like working in
Yo,
car and shit. Yeah.
quarter
Um,
life crisis, baby.
yep. Yep. Quarter life crisis. Uh, but I think it's really staying connected with your inner child
Oh, yo,
and like learning from children because they're the ones that have the purest hearts
yeah,
and like because I think a lot of the times adults especially like they'll just forget what it was like to be a child, you know, and they're like, "Oh, this is how life's got to be. Like life's got to be serious. Like you can't enjoy life. You got to work and make money." You know? And that's like
oh, yeah,
what you were talking about earlier with our generation before, like that's how they view it, you know,
yeah,
very like hard worker, like
yeah. It's like why not both? You
yeah,
know, like because too many people. Yeah, like it's easy to become jaded by all of the stuff and the responsibilities, and people think like becoming like a mature adult consists of just being completely consumed by all of those responsibilities.
yeah,
And it's like, yeah, but you can still have those like those valuable qualities of like children, which is like one, like their imagination, like
yeah,
that shit is
exactly.
like that's like the purest source,
Dude,
you know?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you ask a little kid to come up with a story about a bug, and they'll give you
dude.
like a 20-page thing. You know, they'll be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
man.
like this bug was married to that bug. Yeah, long distance relationship didn't work out. The bug went to that hill over there."
Yeah.
It's like, damn, like where does that even go?
Like,
You
where do
know,
they
some
get shit
people,
from?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and some people are so quick to try and remove themselves from that because they feel like it's not mature enough. And when you look at any culture that's like considered like primitive by like
yeah,
America's standards, those are the cultures that are most in touch with their like with that same childlike
yeah,
imagination. That's why they have such rich cultures and like crazy ass holidays and stuff. Like over here,
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
like
yeah.
we just have old stuff from like
Yep.
old ancient holidays that it's just become about buying shit now. It's a
And
reason to
like,
buy shit and get out of work.
yeah, yeah. I think the biggest thing too is asking questions, because like as a kid, like kids are always asking questions, and as adults, like we're more timid to ask questions and ask for help, and like we're just like scared to let others know that we don't have it all figured out, because adults, they act like they have it all figured out and they don't, no one does. Like, and I think that's the biggest thing, is also like being able to be vulnerable enough to ask for help when you need it, or like ask a question,
Yo, for
you
real.
know, and also like not
Curiosity.
being afraid of a failure, because with failure comes success.
Yo, amen. Collecting the L's.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Exactly.
the whole question thing, like I honestly feel like people who ask a lot of questions, not only are they curious and they're going to learn and everything, but that shows like that they want to understand, whether
Yeah,
it be questions about someone or like something or anything that's remotely important, which is like
yeah,
literally anything. It's like that's love. If
yeah.
someone asks you a lot of questions, like they really
Well, they
want to know.
care. They want to
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Hopefully people end up caring a little bit more to start asking questions and stop like
Yeah.
there's too many actors.
Yeah.
Too many people are acting like they have shit figured
It's the
out.
social media thing, dude. Like the
No.
social media thing is like the fucking biggest front
Yeah.
ever, like for people. Cause dude, I mean, we all look at like influencers and their pages and like try to relate it to us. Like, what the fuck? Like they're like millionaires and shit. And like we're trying to get our pages to look like that. And like,
Yeah,
dude,
it's
like
like for
what?
what? It's like you don't have a
Yeah,
brand sponsorship. Like what are you
yeah,
doing? Like
yeah,
relax.
yeah,
Like, there's no image to uphold except for whatever image you have in your head about yourself.
yeah.
And people, I don't know, they contort themselves to be like there's this book that I've been flashing around too much,
Let me see.
but
Okay.
it's,
Everyone is
it's
an entrepreneur, nobody is safe.
yeah, it's hilarious, because it talks about how like normal ass people, aside from their actual work, they like turn themselves into businesses and they have
Yeah,
to market for themselves and like all of this stuff. And it's all a result of trying to create value from your identity. And
dude, yeah.
it's like you are enough as is. You don't have to make money off of your identity.
Yeah, and
It's
the
like that's
crazy thing
weird.
about that
That
though
drives
is
people
that as an
crazy.
athlete, like that's what you do. Like you market yourself.
Oh
Like
shit, yeah.
that's as an athlete, like yeah. So it's like, yeah,
Athletes are
like
really in the hot seat with shit like that because like they could make an honest, normal mistake, and then the media would like crucify them, and
dude, yeah, and then that's
it's like
it.
yeah, it's like, oh, so and so was smoking, they were booted from the thing for forever, and then all the fans are like, man, fuck that guy, man,
Yeah.
he ruined it for the team, and then you look at it and those same people are smoking all the damn time.
Dude, yeah,
It's
of
like
course.
how are you gonna do that? Like, and they don't understand that everyone's literally just a person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the standards that we hold these people to. It's like unrealistic at times. Like we don't allow celebrities to make mistakes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
for real. It's
dude,
like, oh, if you have the least bit of an influence, you better already be Superman, or else you
yeah,
suck. And
yeah,
it's like no one
exactly.
is, no one can uphold that, and that drives people crazy. I saw like two documentaries on like one was a musician and the other one was like a streamer.
Yeah.
Like he played Super Smash, but he ended up like committing suicide. All right.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. From all that like performative identity stuff, like both of these like super huge influencers ended up like nuking themselves because like it's too much of a burden, you know? It's like, damn,
Yeah.
like I really can't be myself. I have to be the alter ego that everyone sees on whatever social media
Yeah.
or whatever. And they felt like trapped in their own bodies. It's
That's
like
insane,
weird. It's like
dude.
crazy.
Like they couldn't escape it and they just fucking
Yeah.
wow.
And it's like, I don't know, people force people off that cliff, and no one, I mean, people understand what that's like, you know, to not feel like you're really tapping into like your true self, you know?
Yeah.
But for those same people to like, you know, objectify people with large audiences, like, you know, to just be confined to their like entertainment or like an idea that they have of them is
Yeah.
like weird. That's so weird. It's like you
Yeah.
don't know who that person is. You just know them in the way that they entertain you. It's like
Yeah, that's
they're a
true.
whole ass person. It's like ease up. Like
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That reminds me of this one situation of this like one rich family here in Houston. He owns like a jewelry store. His wife committed suicide and blamed it on her kids
damn.
because her kids didn't like tell her happy birthday.
Oh
And like
shit.
obviously like there's like deeper things to that, but like that
Yeah,
was like the tipping point, you know, like her kids never called or checked up on her. And like, dude, I went to to this people like the person's house, dude, fucking like in Bel Air, ridiculously big, like pool, like everything. Like you like from the outside looking in, you're like, oh, this family has it made, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Dude, nah, like the wife slash mom like offed herself and like left a letter saying that it was the kid's fault, dude. Like I could not imagine like living with that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah, people think the problems stop when they have influence and when they have money, and
yeah.
it's like they don't. Like you just
If
feel even
anything,
more
it's like
like shit.
tenfold because they realize that money isn't shit, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
Because they
damn,
have
what
so much
now?
of it. Like
It's like, what do I do now?
exactly, like it's not it doesn't make them happy. Like going out and getting a new car won't it's just temporary happiness. Like all of that is just temporary. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. But hopefully they have more good conversations. You know what I'm
Yeah, I mean,
saying? Choose
uh,
that if they can. You know, once you hit a tax bracket, I feel like depending on for where you're getting your money, it's probably harder to have down to earth conversations because then you have to like you got to perform in those spaces. I don't know. God forbid. I never want to become like super rich, you know,
yeah,
because then like I couldn't imagine what it's like for people to just like run up on you and be like, "Oh my God!" Like, "Oh," you know, and then you're just like, "I cried last night," you know.
yeah.
So you don't
Like
know
I'm
if I
fucking
cried
going
last night.
through it right now.
Yeah, yeah. Or I mean, and if it's not that, you got the the super rich people that are trying to uphold the reputation and they just never get vulnerable. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know what it's like whenever you're up there because I'm down here. You
yeah,
know, but
exactly,
that's what
exactly.
I imagine it's like.
Yeah,
But I guess we'll end on that note. I got a jet.
yeah, yeah, man.
But yeah,
Later.
amazing
Nice
talk.
talking with you, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'll catch you around, man.
Yeah, see you, man. Have a good day.
All right, you too.